Good morning, everybody. Well, I think this thing's got to break one way or the other pretty soon. This consolidation getting a little tight. I could imagine just looking at the pattern as it is right now, we could have another day like that. It could just set up perfectly with another inside day. We shall see. You could see yesterday kind of just tickled under the prior bar's low. Looking at the futures here, and came right back up, which provides us information that they're buyers on dips. So we got a higher level of support that's being created. It's only a couple of days. And this day obviously is just being made as we speak. Prices are coming off the top of the range for now. Not that significant. As always, we'll just see how far prices might retrace or whether they can hang up here. I suspect if they can hang up here until 10 o'clock, that would be a positive sign, especially if there's another attempt to dip back down and it comes back up again. If that does occur, today being Wednesday, 0 data expiration XPX, let's just take a look at that. The upside becomes more interesting if it can hold up here. And that's our factory work, so to speak, and going sideways at resistance, but we just may have an inside kind of a day. And, possibly, if it comes back into the middle of the range and hangs around there, maybe we can get further away, down here on the put spread side. And the call side, maybe it's an even iron condor day, the way things are going. I don't know what's going to move this market, except for some surprise news. And of course, that's a risk. Always is. Just looking at SPX, just let me get the times here. 10:30 on the 13th. Yeah, same as yesterday. Which you can see, we just went nowhere yesterday. It was a couple of days ago, 12. So again, looking below 3,500 for a put spread should be good, right? If coming all the way down there, something's very wrong. Right? Let me just check comments here. 35.55. I suppose if you want to get that close, going under today's low, you'll be there, I think, pretty darn quick. So that might be a little aggressive, McGraw. It's up to you, of course. But I think since this dipped down under yesterday's low, well, kind of tricky times here. 35.85, and you said 55, 35.55. Right? Is that what you said? 35.55, yeah. So yeah, I think okay, 35.55. I was thinking of 36.55. Okay, that's fine. 35.55 would be okay. So you've got yesterday's low, you've got the unfilled gap, and 11.13. Not much there. But all right, let's see what happens here. It's not an easy situation. Things just seem to be getting tighter. And just look at, it is only Wednesday, but look at the weekly range. Look at how tiny that is. There's a lot of indecision here. On the call side, we need to see some kind of a failure. So I would say if we could get a move below 35.87-ish, whatever that number is right there, 35.90, 87, whatever. Then above 36.50, let's call it 36.50. And you got 36.55. So I would agree with that. Well, let's see if we get a little bit of weakness. And let's go back to the futures here. They're just hanging up there at the highs. You can see the 5-minute has broken the uptrend. So a little bit of weakness. It's at the top of the range, so it makes sense. Nothing terrible, but the beginnings of some weakness, and just overall, as you can see, just sideways there. And what is the open? Did I really pay much attention to the open? I don't pay any attention to the open, honestly, on the futures intraday, but 36.04. 36.04. Right at around the 200. Okay, so it's right at this prior low here at 4 o'clock in the morning. So as a guide, it's good to know 36.04. If you see the S&P is going under 36.04, obviously that's a deep retracement and could set the tone for more negativity, and then that would make the call side more attractive if there's actually premium at that point. 36.04 isn't that far away, but keep an eye on that. All right, let's see the other markets. Qs are down here a little bit, just in a trading range, sideways slop, but weaker. Yesterday, red day. Let me look at the Qs here. Red day, 292-ish, 92, yesterday's low. Still above it. So you want to keep an eye on that. 290, I suppose, a move under 290, things start to look more decisive, short term anyway, on the bearish side. So 290 on the Qs would be a break of a green bar, and then that would make it this a little mini breakout failure. So it's a little sideways price action, bottoming tail bar, slight range expansion bar, not what I would call a wide range bar. In sort of an inside day, good enough for government work, right? As we say, it did take out the high, so not exactly an inside day, but now 291 where it's trading, it traded down to 291. Right, so breaking below 290 opens up the door to some other downside, but at that point does it stay below its opening price? Right, so as we look at I don't have it on here, but as we look at this during the trading day, no matter what I look at, Qs, spiders, any stock, one of the things to assess strength or weakness is it above its opening price or below its opening price? Is it above or below yesterday's opening close? So as you're looking at your minder, putting those two pieces of information in your minder is very helpful. Because if you have two green columns, it's above its open and it's above the close, and the market's down, something that whatever it is showing relative strength. If the market's up and you got two red columns, they're showing relative weakness. So it's a starting point for your analysis as to money flow, strength or weakness. All right, so 290 on the Qs, keep that in mind. And obviously above 294. Of 294 opens up the door to moving possibly up to the high there. So those are your two reference points on the Qs. Nothing. Dow's up 120 points. Just moving sideways at the top of the range. Same story there. Now the Russell, on the other hand, kind of inching up, keeps grinding. And look at the buyers on the dip there. Still and isn't in an uptrend, not sideways like the others. Maybe getting a little bit extended and breaking the trend on the 5 minutes. So a little bit of short-term weakness there. And we go into the open, another open with kind of like, let's wait and see. Bonds are up a little bit, stabilizing on that low. Right? We talked about that they should come down to that low for months, and they got down there and bottoming tail bars and stabilizing. The daily is still just a mess. So just a watch for now. Oil looking pretty good, Everything is really messy, the uncertain. I guess we're waiting to see, this election thing, what's going to actually unfold. Gold down at the bottom of the range, the deal with the wide range bars, staying at the bottom there. And we shall see, I guess, stimulus, no stimulus, how much stimulus, and all of that. But so far, neutral to maybe slightly bearish is going on here. My bias, Ludwig, right now is to, I don't know, just flip the market coin. Overall, though, kidding aside, is, looking for intraday patterns and, seeing which way things go. And there's no direction in the market. As I look through the gappers this morning, what was it? DKNG, I think was the symbol. Now this is getting sloppy, but this was looking kind of interesting. And it's backing off. So that was something that I was thinking maybe it could continue to go up, but I don't like things. Like, I want that market to move, I want to have that extra fuel or fire behind what's going on and the market moving, and the market just not moving. But this is something that has been doing well. Now it's just getting sloppy here intraday. Silver, not doing much of anything either. And we always look at the transports, and they look great, but sideways price action. Rails, sideways at that big reversal day that we had last week. So a lot of wait and seeing here, waiting for the next shoe to drop or some certainty as to what's happening in the world here. Wish I could do it better, guys, but it is what it is. So we'll see how things unfold. And, next week is a holiday week. It's supposed to be a bullish time before and after that holiday. So we'll look forward to that. And what is Dan telling me? Internals are neutral. Just neutral here. This is about where it was yesterday, backed off a little bit. Sentiment's neutral. So that's not really telling us much of anything there either. That's what I've been saying in the letters, trader, that we needed digestion of that big move. And that's what's going on. And while it's kind of boring or, frustrating, we want things to move, we just got to wait and keep the powder dry, so to speak, and wait for that something event type of bar that we look for. And maybe some news comes out where it jiggles the market big time, and then we see what it actually does. Yeah. So there you have it. All yours, Dan.
Thanks. Good morning. So all our positions are fine. Well, actually, Apple's the only one that's underperforming here. But we have like 5 oil positions, and oil's up pre-market, so those are all doing well. We have a Tesla put spread when it pulled in yesterday, gapping up here. Actually might turn into a day trade long. you know, a little buy setup here on minor support. If it can hold right here and not weaken any further, then over 419.20 after, you know, 5, 10, 15 minutes, if the market decides to hold, looks like a nice day trade long. So our Apple, we have a put spread plus a bull call debit spread. Close neutral here, and now it's relative weakness. So that's the only one that of all of our opens, that's the only one that's not acting right. Let's see, YouTube's asking about Labu put spread. Sure, I like it. Yesterday was a correction bar, and it's breaking out daily, weekly. So when I say yes, what I mean by that is the pattern is a candidate, but you got to go through your checklist. Are they liquid options? That's the one that kicks us out all the time. Are you getting good premium? How many days to expiration? And no pending news. So go through and then, you know, time it with the market. But I like the pattern. Yeah, I'll write that down and check it out later. Khaled WMB. It does look higher. It's not clean. Look at all these overlapping football players to the left. But if you wanted it longer term, this would be a logical place to do it. Or I also like the gap reversal yesterday. It would be a put spread candidate. Mara, yeah, that's on my list here. I'll get to that. Yeah, Mara looks great. Wide range igniting. It's at resistance, so it would have been an ideal 1, 2, 3, but it's gapping up and pulling back and reversing. So the 1, 2, 3 is out the window. It's not waiting on us. But yeah, that's a beautiful pattern. MPC, yeah, we have a covered call. Oh no, we don't. We have it in Murphy. We have a covered call, and that looks good. MPC. I think some of these other oils look better. I mean, it's strong. Maybe 30-minute high. Nathan. Some 1, 2, 3s for John. FE. Sure. Yeah, under the low. FE looks fine. Sure. Let it trigger. Here, Clack. Clack is not a good 1, 2, 3 because it's up 6, 7 bars far from the 20. So for a swing, no. This one's better. Because at least the WRB came from 4-bar consolidation. See the difference there, John? So even though this is far from the 20 also, this is a much better setup than fluid up bars because this, we always want to do 1, 2, 3s close to support, like your FE. Look, that wide range bar is beautiful. That's a wide range igniting. It had an upside shakeout. It's relative weakness. It's under all of the MAs. That's beautifulness. I like that a lot. Mara entry, I don't know. I don't know. We gotta put him in a 5-minute chart and see what he does. Here, I lost my pre-market data on him. So the answer is I don't know. Tehran, your drop down. SPWR. Yeah, it's making the turn. You know, got extended and it's burning off steam. Here's another one. Look at run, same sector. I was looking at this yesterday. W bottom. It's weaker because of the deeper retracement, but that's a kind of sloppy W bottom. Dallas BKR. It's too extended for me, but if maybe 30-minute high day trade, HXL, cousin, these, yeah, I told you, McGraw, I like the entire sector. No, I answered you. I answered you in the thing. I said I like them all, but your stop is too big is the problem, unless you're core trading. Anna Chalez, your drop down, please. But I did say I liked RTX the best in the sector for a new trade, just because you have a gap reversal here and it's, you know, breakout weekly, monthly, and it has room. So let's keep an eye on RTX. JP Morgan or Anna, JP Morgan. It would be a day trade at best, but you're fighting a very sloppy daily. You know, it had a gap down, it's a mess. You got all these overlapping bars to the left. I think we can find a lot better. CPE, it gapped up, it's pulling back. It looks like it might be putting in a long-term bottom. So that's worth putting in a 5-minute window and see how it sets up. It has room. Ride, I know we were looking at the last 2 days. 15-minute is in a strong uptrend. You missed your entry for a swing, but if you want to trade the 15-minute day trade chart, it looks fine. BBBY is, that's actually a bear flag, so it's a definite watch. But what I would want is a more potent reversal, because these bars were just kind of slowly and grinding higher high, higher low bars. I would prefer something like a topping tail, a gap reversal, something more of a something something reversal. But it's worth watching. CWBHF. CWBHF. That's a mouthful. Yeah, actually, oh no, I have Curliff, had earnings, Curliff. You missed your ideal entry. It's up 5 bars, but I love the weekly as a bottoming pattern, as a long-term bottom. I like it a lot. It's just your daily is the problem. But I'm going to put it on the list, CWBHF. See, I just like my getting better entries. The better, you know, you could have bought, today's Wednesday, you could have bought Tuesday over Monday's high. You could have bought over the high of this WRB, stop low. That would have been a beautiful entry. I mean, you can still do it. You just need share size for the bigger stop. KSS, it's a wide range igniting. We actually sold naked puts, Sam, on that. It's a very bullish 15-minute chart. So maybe 15-minute highs, a day trade would be okay. Or FON, same day trade only. You know, it's up 8 bars. It's just not a swing pattern. Riot, yeah, I'm so mad we didn't get into this. It was right over lunch. Right over here, you know, it ripped, and I posted it in our Telegram, and I said if it closes strong, we'll buy it. And this was the verdict of waiting. You know, when you get these igniting bars, that's a lesson that train may not wait for you. Let me continue over here. SBE. This is a nice, well, this would be a nice 30-minute high. It's at all-time highs. It's gapping up here right to yesterday's tails, and it's going sideways. So if it can go sideways and 30-minute high, I like that as a day trade. Yeah, I think I saw something like that, Travis, also, and I think you're absolutely right. Here's our Bitcoin ETF. And what a beautiful, beautiful turn right here. Greg, we're going to have to talk about this one in our, look at this. We're going to have to talk about this today in MT Live, which the subject is trading the turn. I mean, here was a no-brainer bullish turn right there. Here was one gap breakout. This green bar right there after this bottoming tail breakdown failure. This was a continuation pattern. Wow. Yeah, Bitcoin is 2,000 points away from an all-time high. Very, very impressive run. Vishy, it's always noon at noon Eastern time on Wednesdays. Here, let me give you the link. But if you're on our website, which you have to be, or else you wouldn't be in this room, it's emailed to you where you register every week, and you can still attend without registering, but when you register, that gets you the recording sent to you afterwards. All right, so this deeper trades, look at that wide range igniting. Gap in 571, it's too extended, but look, the weekly has room, 10 to 15 bucks. But the problem is multiple time frame, there's no way to get on board. It's already doubled, more than doubled in a week. So what there's nothing to do. ARWR Ludwig. Yeah, I like it. It's bullish consolidation. You had a 1, 2, 3 right here, and then all these red bars ignored. Sure, yeah, you can buy that over the high. Yeah, Boeing in the news, obviously. But the problem, Jake, well, let me just say this, Jake. I've got to say this politely. It is absolutely not the proper setup based on what we teach to do a put spread. I mean, how many times do I say it has to be closer to support? So what strike would you sell? And what stop would you use? I mean, look how far it is from the 20. The 20 is one set, it's $50 above the 20. It's just not what we teach. We're waiting for a new setup.